Yeah? What's up? You done with class?
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll play some ball?
I can't.
Bleeding again?
I'm afraid so. It's gone right through the underwear, through the pants. It's really bad this time. Hello, and I'm Ronald Goldman. And that used to be me. Short-shifting my family and my friends because of male masculine bleeding, but not anymore, thanks to Manpons. Oh, I used to get ridiculed in school a lot. Used to call me awful names. Terrible, terrible names. Like marinara man. Blood sausage. And worst of all, shiftily painted. Many of you wonder, what is a manpon? Well, it's highly constructed, thin pieces of fabric weaved in such an intimate fashion that it can be placed right in the spot where men need it most. But Ronald, you may be asking, I have a narrow urethral tract. How can I use the manpons if it seems like nothing wants to fit down my penile shaft? Well, consumer, the answer to that is easy. With a simple application of Mr. Thick Dick's Penis Enlargement Cream, inserting anything penally is made possible, easy, and fun. With a simple dab, you too can be enjoying the manpon where you need it the most. But Ronald, if I have the manpon inserted, where does all that blood go? What a great question! Now that the manpon's inserted, blood flow to your genitals is quickly redirected to a more positive place, and one that's a little less messy. How about try your fingertips? Now that I have Manpon, the previous engagements of my friends, family, loved ones, relatives, and grandparents isn't deterred by monthly masculine bleeding and the problems that occur. Manpon, for a brighter tomorrow. And that's my product. I think that we can have a good partnership going. I want to input. What do you guys think?
Okay.
Let me hear it. Give me some of your input. Just really let it flow. Come on. Tell me. I want to hear. I want to hear what you got to say. You love it, don't you? I know you do. You love it. I can see it in your eyes.
I don't think there's a market for this. I don't think that this would work for anybody.
No, I think that just because you're all dried out and can't reciprocate this bodily function anymore, doesn't mean that it doesn't happen.
Do you realize that not everybody has this problem? Do you know anybody else that has this problem?
I'm sure if I look through my phone contacts, I'm positive, I'm pretty certain I could find somebody. I'm certain. Have you gone out? Have you gone out to Rite Aid? Have you looked? Have you seen the men bleeding on the corners? Have you? Well,
Do you realize that maybe nobody but you has this problem?
Hey, are you sure you haven't confused this with what women experience monthly?
I think that's sexist. That's pretty sexist of you. If I'm not mixing my terminology around, I think that it's sexist for one gender to say that another can't do something. Like, that's like, saying you can't climb Mount Everest, or, like putting like a no holds barred on AIDS. You can't keep the AIDS all for yourself.
I don't know what your market is.
Well, I think it could be a money-making venture. If you look over here to the diagram, it pretty clearly, puts it out there about making those dollars flowing.
So, what what I have a problem with is your diagram. On one side you have this dollar sign, which is, it appears to be less than or equal to this really crude drawing of what I assume to be a diagram of how to penally insert a tampon? Can you explain that?
It pretty clearly, puts it out there.
Well, I just can't see why I would invest my money into something like this.
Do you think there's anybody anywhere that'd buy this? Do you think there's anybody at all anywhere that would buy this? As a golfer and as an investor, I can't put my money in this.
To think, really to think, my God, that you guys are so convoluted by dried up blood on your wieners that you can't see this money-making opportunity.